This morning, I was rather shocked to find an elephant in my bathtub. He was quite a large fellow with sharp, shiny tusks. Thinking quickly, I said to him in a gentle voice, "Come on, love, it's time to go now." He didn't make a trumpet sound with his mighty trunk. He didn't charge at all. He simply climbed out of the tub, flapped his big ears, and followed me quietly to your bedroom. Imagine an elephant walking down the hallway. It probably made a little thump, right? It was also surprising to later find a gorilla sitting on the kitchen counter. I politely said to her, "Come, my dear, it's time to go now." See the gorilla on the kitchen counter? She was rather shy. She didn't beat her broad chest or try to eat the last of our bananas. She merely let me help her down and allowed me to escort her up the stairs to your bedroom. When I went to get some work done, I discovered there was a camel in our study. I'm not sure how long he had been there, but I guess he would have been fine without water for a while. All the same, I said to him, "Come along, old chap, it's time to go now." And off we marched, up the stairs, down the hall. Where do you think they went? To your bedroom. Later, I found a cobra sunning himself in front of my bedroom window. Don't worry, he didn't coil or hiss or rear his shield-like head and try to frighten me with his fangs. He just looked at me deeply with his round black eyes. Raise your hand if you're a little bit afraid of snakes. Yeah, me too. Remaining quite calm, I said to him, "Right then, dear fellow, it's time to go now." And he slithered sideways along with me down the hall to your bedroom. There goes the snake. After all this, the bear in the pantry didn't startle me at all. He had his silly nose stuck deep in a cereal box. Sorry, but he'd eaten it all. He didn't growl or try to wrestle me when I stepped a little closer and whispered to him, "Off we go now, love." Because you want to whisper to a bear, right? He just lumbered cheerfully behind me, bum high up in the air, all the way up to your bedroom. Wanting to watch a little bit of television, I couldn't help but notice there was a lion napping on our living room sofa. When I approached her, she woke up, lifted her head, and looked sleepily at me, as if to say, "My dear man, what in the world could you possibly want?" She was kind of a princess.
Like Nala and the lion?
Like Nala. She didn't roar or pounce at me. Well rested, she was in quite good spirits. I said to her, "This way, darling, it's time to go now." She hopped down, gracefully ascended the stairs, and followed me right on up to your bedroom. Anybody know how many animals are in the bedroom about now? Anybody keeping track? It's a lot. I can't say I was all that surprised when I found the rhinoceros in the laundry room. She had a lovely horn and thick, leathery skin. Once again, I delicately suggested, "Come along, dearie, it's time to go now." She, too, followed me right to the door of your bedroom, and in she went. She takes up the whole door, that rhinoceros. When you arrive home from school today, tiptoe quietly to your room. Before you enter, press your ear against the keyhole and listen. Ever so gently turn the knob. Very, very carefully crack open the door and peek inside. Your animal friends are all in there waiting. That's my favorite picture that Kelly did. And so at the very end of the story, there's kind of a surprise. We get to see who the animals really were. And that's the end. Okay, so the first part of the song goes like this. There's an elephant in the room. There's an elephant in the room. What can I do? What can I do? There's an elephant in the room. And here's your job. Every time you hear or sing, what can I do? Go like this. I don't know. What can I do? Can you do that? Can you go, I don't know. What can I do?
I don't know.
What can I do?
Just like that?
That was
like
good. That was good.
Okay.
Good job.
Would everybody like to stand up? Maybe we can do a little dance.
Oh, there.
Just a little.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's going to be easy.
There's an elephant in the room. There's an elephant in the room.
Stop!
What can I do? What can I do? There's an elephant in the room.
Good!
Very good. Very good.
There's an elephant in the room. There's an elephant in the room. What can I do? What can I do? There's an elephant in the room. There's a gorilla in the room. There's a gorilla in the room. What can I do? What can I do? There's a gorilla in the room. There's a camel in the room. There's a camel in the room. What can I do? What can I do? There's a camel in the room. There's a cobra in the room. There's a cobra in the room. What can I do? What can I do? There's a cobra in the room. There's a bear in the room. There's a bear in the room. What can I do? What can I do? There's a bear in the room. There's a lion in the room. There's a lion in the room. What can I do? What can I do? There's a lion in the room. There's a rhinoceros in the room. There's a rhinoceros in the room. What can I do? What can I do? There's a rhinoceros in the room. With all the animals in the room. With all the animals in the room. What can I do? What can I do? With all the animals in the room. With all the animals in the room. With all the animals in the room.
There. Here, there, everywhere. Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O.